الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا محمدًا رسول الله أرسله الله بالحق والهدى والنور ليخرج الناس من الظلمات إلى النور. نشهد اللهم أنه بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الأمة وجمع الكلمة وجاهد في الله بإحسان. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه وذريته وأهل بيته أجمعين. أيها الإخوة المؤمنون، يقول المولى جل في علاه في كتابه المحفوظ: إن الدين عند الله الإسلام. Brothers and sisters, is a verse that I will recite unto you, inshallah, in this occasion, where Allah Azza wa Jalla speaks about Islam. And the only being, the only way of life that Allah approved, or that is approved by Allah Azza wa Jalla, is when you submit in total to Allah Azza wa Jalla. When you subscribe to be a servant of the Almighty, and when you try to make that peace, that relationship based in love and obedience, and when you submit to Allah Azza wa Jalla inwardly and outwardly, you will taste, you will live, you will enjoy peace in this world and in the hereafter. You can even say the religion that Allah accepts is Islam. And Islam, Ikhwani, is the religion of peace and love. These are not just a mere words. We're not just boasting about Islam as being the religion of peace, compassion and love and kindness. We're not just boasting about it. The reality, the history, the many references that we have in the Holy Book. Our Prophet Muhammad's attitude speaks louder than words. Brothers and sisters in Islam, Islam contains instructions and guidelines that can help, that can benefit all of the humanity and make the world a safe place to live where there is harmony and kindness all around. Islam came to teach us how to live a life of purity, a life of virtuousness, a life of justice, a life of health and wealth, a life that is clean, a life that is prosperous, a life that has a meaning, and you have a purpose, you have a goal to fulfill, and an ambition to achieve. Islam came to change the world for the better, not for the worse. But those who accuse Islam and undeserving of barbarism, of terrorism, we say to them, with a very peaceful approach, have you studied the message of a man in the history? You have it in your history. You have it in your books. Of a man, a great man, a giant man, a great personality, whose name is Muhammad ibn Abdullah. Have you studied it? Have you studied the human, ethical codes of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? And what an amazing attitude he was. Personality that you should enjoy. The message that he delivered to the whole world. Have you ever, we are saying to the world, have you ever received the message of Islam from any source other than the media? Ikhwani, brothers and sisters, this is our challenge today. The challenge is there. Very big challenge. Something for the media. Getting information about Islam from the media is like learning about colors from a blind man. A blind man that can't see. The blind man that cannot see even the normal things. How can you ask from the blind man to distinguish between colors? That is yellow, that is blue, that is white, that is green, that is pink. Oh, subhanAllah. So you cannot teach. You cannot teach what you can't understand or what you don't understand. How can you portray something you don't understand? And as I'm speaking about understanding, misunderstanding, allow me to say to you that the Islamic religion is the most misunderstood deen on the face of the globe. Misunderstood. And if you let the media teach you about Islam, the only thing you will learn is hate. And this is what we are witnessing today, unfortunately. And all these incidences and instances, this one in the underground, the other one in the bus station, the other one is in that place and that place. Because the majority of people do not have time to go to these, into the deep, to understand, to go to the seerah of the Prophet, to know what are these verses from the Quran are telling about, speaking about. They don't go to the main source of Islam, which is the religion of kindness, compassion, help and assistance, beauty. But the media is there 24 hours. I don't want to teach you what the media says. Maybe you know better than I. Unfortunately, it will make you cry. It will make you annoyed. It will make you very sad. It's all about that. It's all about they're going to take your country. They're going to take over your schools. They're going to establish careful on your country. They're coming. Look at the media, subhanAllah. And as a consequence, people who are listening, who are watching, that is reflected into their approach, their ways, their feelings and dealings towards the Muslim community in a country like Britain. But again, are we going to take that as a justification to spread mischief in the land? Excuse me, you got a problem. That's not justification. Oh, the media is hypocrisy and that. No. We live in this country, we have a duty to display the banners of Islam. we are ambassadors to present the manners of Islam, the true religion of Islam, the values, the ethics of Islam. There's no justification of being cruel, of being harsh, of being creating terror among people. No justification whatsoever. This is what the media says. Look back to the Quran, subhanAllah, and you will say, Allah Azza wa Jalla speaks about universal peace in Surah Al-Hujurat. Why these verses are not mentioned in the media? Why? وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا. That's the Quran. And we made you into nations and tribes. Oh Allah, why? That you may know one another. Love one another. Cherish one another. Support one another. Complete one another. Educate one another. Not kill one another. Not despise one another. Not terrorize one another. هذا القرآن يا إخواني. And there is no racism in our deen. There is not even the smell of it. Racism, in the Quran, there is no racism in deen. لأن الله عز وجل يقول إن أكرمكم. What a verse, subhanallah. What a big verse, a mighty reference for all the world to read. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا on this one. إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. In the same verse, within the same context of the verse. إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. The most honored of you in the sight of Allah is not about the color. It's not about you come from that country, that borders, that nationality, that language, the clothing, your social position, how much you earn. You speak that language, you speak that language. Has no consideration in Allah's estimation. The most honor of you in the sight of Allah is the one who is most pious. Look at the word. Allahu Akbar. Look at the word. Look what Islam is. A piety, not a muscle. It's a piety. It's not killing. Piety. Piety is not in the pocket. The piety is not how much you have in the bank. The piety is not saving a new asset, properties. Piety is in here. And when the Prophet ﷺ spoke about it, he pointed to his chest with his finger, telling people, it is here. At-taqwa hauna, at-taqwa hauna, at-taqwa hauna. You are mindful of Allah when you speak. We are mindful of Allah Azza wa Jalla when you plan to get married. You are mindful of Allah Azza wa Jalla when you want to purchase, when you want to train, when you want to travel, when you want to make a judgment. You are mindful of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Even if there is no one around, you are mindful of Allah Azza wa Jalla. When I worship Allah, I'm mindful of Allah Azza wa Jalla. When I fulfill any obligation of Islam, I'm mindful of Allah Azza wa Jalla. I'm fearful of Allah Azza wa Jalla. But He sees me every now and then. I do things because accordingly, appropriately. Because Allah Azza wa Jalla sees me all the time. He is with me. Say for instance, if you are in a place, you've been approached, you've been commanded, you've been ordered to do a task, a duty, and you know on that room, there is, on the four corners of the room, there's a camera. Recorded every now and then. Recorded every moment, every movement, every interaction, every articulation. How will you do that job? How will you observe and conduct that duty? Know that the camera is there. And that records all your movements and all your actions. Of course you're going to be mindful, because the camera is there. This is what Muslim is. The Mu'min doesn't need a camera. The 24 camera is the Almighty, Allah Azza wa Jalla. He hears everything. He sees everything. He knows before you speak. He knows for eternity before you intend to do things. He knows your future. He knows your past. إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم. And Ikhwani, Wallahi, once you achieve this, and before you step, you will think. Before you throw something, you will think. And before you make a judgment, you will think. Before you make a decision, you will think. You're going to think about what you're going to do. Why? Because you are mindful of God. Open the Quran, you will see. You will read that Islam forbids killing. And I can just don't know where the people are actually doing this. Where are they from what Allah Azza mentioned in the Quran? وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا النَّفْسَ. Not just on reference, there are many other references. Speaks about the same thing. وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا النَّفْسَ الَّتِي حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ إِلَّا بِالْحَقِّ. And take, look at the word, take not life which Allah has made sacred. That's the Quran, chapter 6, verse 151, you can check it. Take not life which Allah has made sacred, except, listen to this, except by way of justice and law. If when we hear the horrific, abhorrent, outrageous attacks, be that in Beirut or in Paris, and we read this ayah, except by way of justice and law, where that can be fit in. I'm really sad that as I entered the hall, I've been told this is another evil action that happened in Mali. Well, I have no knowledge about it. Somebody just told me. Just to add more agony, more misery. So we here, Ikhwani, as a Muslim community, we condemn what happened in Paris. We condemn what happened in Beirut. We condemn what happened in Iraq, in Palestine, in Turkey. We condemn this violence in the strongest possible term. And our dua, our thought and praise are for the families, those being killed and murdered and injured. Ikhwani, there is no justification for such a carnage whatsoever. And we hope those responsible are brought to justice, to face the full force of law. This is how we stand, and this is what we say as a community, as a Muslim living in this country. Go back to the Quran, you will read something called Islam encourages saving lives. من قتل نفسا بمعنى الآية. The person, anyone who killed a person, not persons, a person, it will be as if he has killed all the people. And whoever saves a person, and whoever saves a soul, a person, save him, it will be as if he has saved all mankind. This is Islam. Islam speaks about there is no ikrah there. Who are you that you're going to make people enter Islam by force? Who has given you the authority to do so? You can't grab people from their hands. You can't enforce your ideology, what you believe on them by force. No way, it's out of order. You can't do this. You can share information, dialogue, which is based on good manners, peace and compassion. We can always communicate, ask questions and answer, and educate each other, share with each other information. This is what we believe. And the other person will say, this is what we believe. Let we learn, and finally, let's work that which is common, a common good. Some values that we share, you share, I share. You say your deen, I say, well, we have some things in common to work on that and achieve it. Try to make it achievable so that we can contribute to the well-being of our community, the well-being of the whole world. Ikhwani, Islam teaches us to learn, to embrace, to adopt the Islamic habit of excellence. And once we embrace this, we will be a good people. Islam says, وَلَا تُسَعِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ. Something, unfortunately, we are not practicing today. You turn not your face away from people. Allahu Akbar. This is a Quranic one, that's not from my mind. وَلَا تُسَعِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ. That's supposed to be the admonition, the advice, the instruction given by Luqman al-Hakim to his son. Oh son, listen. وَلَا تُسَعِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ. Don't turn your face away from people. When people approach you, you have to speak to them with a full face, with a cheering face. Islam teaches us even how to walk on the face of the earth. وَأَقْصِدْ فِي مَشْيِكَ. Be moderate in your pace. There is a new way you can walk in a way. Muslim doesn't do this. Muslim does not look at the people with an evil eye. A Muslim who knows about the tradition of Islam, the legal ways of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he does not look down upon people. Not looking down upon people. Especially if you live in a country that doesn't know your country. We can enjoy the legal status in this country, but again you have a duty in this country to be a person who displays the manners of Islam to the whole world in all your feelings and dealings. This is the challenge, everyone. Quran is telling us, وَغْضُضْ مِنْ صَوْتِكَ. Why you have to speak loud? Why you have to shout? You are not following the Quran. The Quran says, وَغْضُضْ مِنْ صَوْتِكَ. Lower your voice. Quran is telling us, if any foolish, if any ignorant person outside, and there are a few people there. We are not saying everybody outside is evil, alhamdulillah, we are not saying this. But some people, maybe they don't understand. Maybe they are angry. Maybe they are upset. They will say to you words, provocative words. Quran is telling us, what? You're going to punch him back? You're going to kick him back? You're going to bore him? You're going to kill him? Tell him no. وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. Where are we from this year, one? They say peace. You like it? That's a Quran. You don't like it? That's supposed to be your book, the manual, the instruction, the way. Say peace. Say peace. Wherever you are, say peace. You will be provoked by somebody, you. You know, one of the ways of saying peace is just to keep quiet and leave the scene. Leave the scene. Ikhwani, we need to do this and be vigilant, be aware. We're not going to speak about these what's happening in the gatherings, but we are this, we are that. No, excuse me, my friend, excuse me. You're going to wake up. You're going to wake up and do something better than this. Come to the masjid, learn about your deen. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, say something good or keep quiet. You know what is something good? Something that will unite, something that will rectify, something that will correct, something that will make people understand what is going on. Something good. If you can't say that, keep quiet. Islam teaches us to remove and eliminate arrogance. No arrogance. Pride and self-admiration. Say something good. Do you know when it says something good? For Quran, Karim yaqul Allah azza wa jalla, وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. Is that Quran or not? What do you think? Is that Quran? وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. Quran did not say good to Muslims. He didn't say that. is mankind, is people. Speak to them with words of kindness. Because people, they will appreciate. They will appreciate. We Muslims today, we lose our temper easily. We swear easily. We take revenge easily. We repay bad deeds with our worst deeds. Easily, on the spot, on an instant. Quran says, وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. Speak to people with a word of kindness. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم واستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا رسول الله. إخوة الإيمان. Fasting, charity, and prayer. You can't go wrong with these actions. These actions definitely will make you closer to the Almighty. Once you engage with sincerity, faithfulness, and devotion, you are praying, you are fasting, and you are helping people, you are helping your family, you are helping your community, regardless, you are helping the community, you are sharing that which Allah has given you. These are the actions. Allow me to say this to you. The Prophet, hadith is in Bukhari Muslim. If you haven't heard it before, allow me to share it with you in this brevity. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, do you know what is better than charity, fasting and prayer? Oh, yeah, that must be interesting. What is, Ya Rasulullah, better than as-sadaqah, was-salah, was-siyam? Is something better than this? Yeah? Oh yeah? If you don't know it, you should know it. Oh, Ya Rasulullah, why is it that it is better than fasting, charity and prayer? He said, keeping peace. Allahu Akbar. Keeping peace and maintaining good relations among people. That must. Do you know why? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he doesn't just speak words, ya ikhwan. That has no meaning. When you are maftoon, you can't pray properly. When you are under the pressure of fitna, when there is no tranquility, when there is no peace, when there is no good neighborhood, when there is no good relationship, when there is a war, when there is struggle, when there is all this kill me and kill you, you can't pray properly, you can't fast properly, and you can't do these things properly. That should be better. Why? Once that is established, the other obligations will really be conducted away. Ikhwani, I'm coming to the conclusion. Let me tell you this. You know our beauty as Muslims. You know the beauty is not about the way you dress. You got an expensive watch in your hand. You got a very expensive and latest device in your pocket. You got the latest car. You got the beauty is not this, ya ikhwan. Wallahi, the beauty is in Islamic manners. When you try and make effort to beautify, you're going to put on the qamis of good manners. You're going to put it on like you put a qamis or a clothing on your body. When you display the manners of Islam, beauty, that's a beauty. And being a Muslim is not about changing Islam. Let me tell you this. Being a Muslim is all about changing you. You can't change Islam. Islam has been completed, brother. Islam has been perfected, sister. It's already been done. You can't change Islam. The challenge is to change yourself, brother. Change yourself, sister. Change yourself. It is yourself that you need to change. The way you speak, the way you deal, the way you feel, the way you judge. You're going to change that. You can't change Islam. The challenge is to change yourself for better. And be a person